Hello, everyone out there in game show Gumbo land, whether you be listening to the podcast or watching the YouTubes. It's me, Cindy Solomon, here once again with another exciting Gumbocast for you. Episode 7, as a matter of fact, so let this be the lucky episode. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this time around. Unfortunately, the cancellation of Double Dares hit the news. But we do have other big news in the realm of game shows. We have Mike Richards finally proving the rumor true that he'll be taking over Wheel and Jeopardy in 2020. Steve Harvey flexes his investor muscle again by buying Access TV with Mark Cuban and Anthem Sports and Entertainment. We have your fall season premiere of all the Cindy game shows and daytime game shows, and a really exciting Q&A. We'll have Just the Strats Ma'am in 2 weeks when Jessica comes back. She is feeling ill. So I'm happily joined by the host of Game Shows, I Suppose, Jordan Haas.
Hey, Sydney. Thanks for having me. Nice
to have you, too. Tell us a little bit about Game Shows, I Suppose.
Well, Game Shows, I Suppose, is, I think, the only game show podcast in the world. I'm not just kidding. It's a podcast where every week we look back at one of the game shows in the history books, talk about the premise, and have a guest explain it with me. We will have Jessica on. We will have you on. We both locked in your shows. It's just a matter of scheduling and making sure the episode airs exactly when it should air.
So, what is Jessica doing, or is that a secret?
Jessica, she keeps telling me I want to do all the shows that involve strats. I want to do Duel. I want to do like Jeopardy. I want to do, and it's like, how about we start with 500 questions? So spoilers, exclusive here, 500 questions with Jessica.
She does a great Richard Quest, by the way.
I wish it was a video podcast so we can do the Richard Quest dance. Because on that show, whenever there was the timer, he just does this awkward dance.
He was terrible.
Hey, you only have to get 3 wrong guesses in a row.
You have to get 3 wrong and you're gone.
Random is your category.
Ooh, it's a bottle.
This is the kind of stuff that be on our podcast. So if this is off the rails already for the Gumbocast, that's very much the show every week.
But yeah, 500 questions was just bad.
The only redeeming quality of it, I would say, was, hey, they were able to at least put some questions in an episode, and it wasn't that slow down in pace. But other than that, you only got through maybe like 50 questions in an episode.
And you only had 8 episodes.
But that means you can't get through 500. Oh.
Reminds me when Buzzr Blog actually did the count for 500 questions for the first season. They actually asked somewhere in that neighborhood of 380. I think the winner got the one who came closest to it without going over won some sort of prize.
The funniest one was I saw the promos and James Holtzhauer was one of those contestants, and you sit there going, "Oh, if only the show was now, that could have been like a real hook."
Yeah, but then he got on a real show called The Chase.
No, what? The Chase? Never heard of The Chase. No.
He was actually a contestant on The Chase, and actually was scheduled to be a new chaser in season 5.
The Chase. I'm a big fan of a Best Ever Trivia show myself. I think that's the when I think expert trivia questions, I think of Best Ever Trivia show. It reminds me of the GSN. Like I did some of those GSN polling, and I'm going to spoil it. I don't care. When you do that survey for like the GSN like customer survey, they're like, which of these is the best name for a new show that would entice you? And it's like, Beat the Champions, Beat the Trivia Experts, It's like, oh, these all sound bad.
And they settled on the one that sounded meh.
Great American Trivia Show.
That actually doesn't sound that bad. Gats. No, wait, that means guns. We can't do that.
Great un-American trivia show. Do you have it?
Guts. No. Anyway, we had some news pop up over the past weekend where, actually it was 2 weekends. It was actually this past weekend. Buzzr was doing this subscriber drive on Instagram. And if they got 100 more followers after the post started, they would reveal the 4th annual Lost and Found schedule. And if they got to over 5,000, they would reveal some schedule news, actual schedule news that they'll be doing after September 30th. And lo and behold, us merry band of game show fans managed to pull it off. So, are you ready to talk about Lost and Found, Jordan?
Oh boy! So, what pilots are we looking at today? Are we going to see the split decision? Are we going to see 50 Grand Slam? What shows?
None of the above, actually. They have gone for a Before There Were Stars style.
Oh, actually, it might be interesting.
Yeah. So we'll go Saturday. This is September 28th. 4 o'clock, 4:30. This all times Eastern, by the way. Password Plus with Kirstie Alley. So they're going into 1980.
Back when Kirstie Alley was like a real, like, rare name, like little relevance. Maybe this is when she was a contestant.
Yeah, she was a contestant on Password Plus. She was also a contestant on Match Game afterwards.
I know they brought that up on the revival.
Mm-hmm. Kirstie teamed up with was part of a really special week. Sure, Dick Martin was there, but he's on almost every 13 weeks or so. But she got to play with Lucille Ball.
Whoa! Desi Lou's own.
Yeah. I have the end of that week on tape somewhere. This was when Kirstie was defeated. After Kirstie got defeated. And it was the last episode of the week where, well, I'll just skip there. Then we can have something that hasn't been on the schedule for a long time. Child's Play.
No. Okay.
I take it you're not a fan of Child's Play.
I like Kids Say the Darndest Things, and I think making it a game show is kind of cute. It depends on the format, I believe, is how I would, of which format Child's Play, especially that bonus round.
I'm thinking you prefer Turnabout to Triple Play, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. Well, some former Before There Were Stars, we have Jeff Cohen and Breckin Meyer when they were kids on Child's Play.
Okay, now that I will watch. We want to see Chunk.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Tattletales, 6 and 6:30, with Meg Ryan. And this is important, because now you're jumping into 82 revival.
Do.
No. Wrong theme.
Oh, no. Banana section. So Meg Ryan
on Tattletales. This was during a special soap opera week.
Okay. I believe that episode's still up somewhere on YouTube, but
one of the episodes, because they did a whole week, so we don't know if one of these episodes is going to be the same.
Okay, because I just remember she was on the banana section. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Meg Ryan in the banana section.
Mm-hmm. And then to wrap up that day, we have Card Sharks and Kelly Packard from Baywatch.
Oh, whoa. So was this like the group of 10 or just like she was a contestant?
Young People's Week from the Bob Eubanks version.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, I like Young People's Week, but it's the point of card tricks is provocative questions. And it's always weird to see those get asked to young kids.
Well, they kind of changed the topics when it comes to Young People's Week. Like, a lot of time they would ask us questions involving, they'd have some more educated guest style questions or audience poll questions.
I remember we ask 100 teachers, or we ask 100 third graders. It's usually the students, teachers, or parents. Like, those were usually the surveys.
Mm-hmm. Then we have at 4 o'clock Sunday, Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour, with Howie Mandel being on the panel.
Yeah, I hope he's on both parts.
Yeah, Match Game and Hollywood Squares. And you could see Howie Mandel on the new Deal or No Deal, which is, honestly, they learned.
It's a way better improvement. It's one of those things where this summer, when everyone's like that, where's the wall? When is the wall returning? It's like they should have just like pushed in a few episodes of CNBC run into that space because, man, they did it very well.
I'll tell you one of my favorite episodes, and I kind of wish I had put it to DVD. The Monopoly episode.
Oh, you should explain to the listeners what the Monopoly episode was, because I love that episode too.
Okay, so what happened is you know how you have the colors on the Monopoly board, like, we'll say the most expensive is Park Place Spoiled, where it's dark blue?
Yes.
That would be 750,000 and $1 million. And you work backwards from that going around the Monopoly board.
Okay.
And the last 4, the cheapest ones, penny, $1, $5, $10, those are the railroads. And for every block that you take out is a bonus added to the banker's offer. So if you eliminate the dark blues, your bonus is $1. And it works in reverse like that.
And then if you knocked out all 4 railroads, you won
a brand new car.
Whoa.
And it's a guarantee.
What?
The car was a guarantee.
So now it becomes a game where even if some contestants run tanks, there's still some cause for them to continue playing the game.
And this contestant got lucky because this was her last pick.
And then the counteroffer was also...
She used the counteroffer. It was rejected. Because the banker offered, I think, 130 something, but her counteroffer, because she did have the 400,000 and she did have the 400,000 still played, but she wanted like 195.
It's still nearly double. So
banker said no deal, and she had the 400,000, and the contestant won the $400,000 plus the car.
That's a good way to end the show.
So she walked away with about $450,000 cash and prizes.
And don't forget a lot of the good storytelling that they have for the contestants, and like it's no longer just like here's the pony.
No, they explain a lot of stuff, and this is what I like about the new Deal or No Deal. And if I'm going off on a rant, if I'm going off topic, but don't worry, we're kind of like that with the show. The new Deal or No Deal benefits from having less time. Because the original Deal or No Deal was around 45 minutes. This time they only have about 40. So you still have the storytelling. The game is tightened up a little bit, and it's for the betterment of everything, especially the new counteroffer. and Howie is still the perfect player of emotion, like he was when the original Deal or No Deal was on the air. So I love the new Deal or No Deal. I think it's on hiatus right now, and will be back for November.
Let's see. Deal or No Deal, CNBC. I believe we're right. Let's see. NBC. Yep. There you go.
Because they tape 40.
They filmed. Let's see.
Tape 40. I think they're at 130, so they have another 10 in the can.
Almost a full year since they recorded those.
I don't mind, because that's the kind of way you do everything nowadays. Well, most everybody does it nowadays.
It was the toughest part of Deal or No Deal was when it was playing in the same time slot as Press Your Luck this summer.
Yeah, that was problematic, but you're dealing with two different styles of... Well, you're also talking about a major network versus a cable channel where you normally get business news. That's the difference.
Well, she means business, Indy.
Yeah.
This is a business. She doesn't care about your feelings. She doesn't care about how hard you worked. She just thinks about the numbers. And I can't wait for Howie Mandel to give that same enthusiasm, that same level of wit on the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour on Buzzr.
Then we move on to 5 o'clock and 5:30. We have an hour of Pressure Luck with Jenny Jones.
Oh, jeez, I remember the Jane Jones episode. We're getting Gemini next, too, while we're at it?
No, not yet.
Ah.
But the way that Buzzr has Pressure Luck going is another reason why I like what they do. They'll go back to January. Right now they have everything up to around early October. And then they'll add another 30 episodes and then go all the way back. And I'm fine with that. You just do that and, nobody's going to complain.
Keep showing them.
Yeah. And then you were talking about To Tell the Truth. Well, we got an hour of To Tell the Truth.
Okay, well, who's on To Tell the Truth this time?
Well, we have Anderson Cooper for the 6 o'clock episode. Now, the 6:30 episode is interesting to me. Really interesting.
Even more than Anderson Cooper, pride of CNN.
Michael Flatley.
What? Wait.
Michael Flatley was on To Tell the Truth, the Riverdance guy.
In the 80s?
Here's the thing. We don't know. This could be... I know everybody's seen a lot of the NBC 1990 revival. So we don't know when he turned up. He could have turned up on the 2000 episodes with John O'Hurley.
This is now I'm curious. This is... I also want to be curious, like, who's going to be like the others, the imposters, to say, I am Michael Flatley.
So we don't know. We know when Anderson Cooper appeared on To Tell the Truth, because that episode's up on the Buzzr YouTube channel. And that was Joe Garagiola, I think, when he hosted? Or was it Gary Moore?
Joe. It was a Joe episode.
I kind of like Joe Garagiola. It was kind of like a different style of host.
Now imagine he hosts a luck-based game show where you strike a screen and there's a prize. And every 5 minutes he goes, no bandit! No bandit!
I will be honest. I actually like Strike It Rich.
I think it needed the pilot rules, which is what the UK rules are.
No, because with 3 teams, yeah.
Yes.
3 teams, definitely. But not with the bandit being just going left to right. Like a shuffleboard.
Oh, I found out which year.
What year?
91.
Alex Trebek.
Trebek To Tell the Truth.
Yep. It's either going to be Trebek or Lynn Swan.
Oh no, they're saying Gordon Elliott on this one.
That's 90. Then that's just playing 1990.
Hmm.
And I love me some Gordon Elliott, to tell the truth. Even though 8 weeks is all he lasted because of a dispute he had with Fox, I adore it.
That's a close. They're saying 91, which is Trebek, but Gordon Elliott's 90.
So we know it's the NBC. So it's either going to be Gordon Elliott, it's going to be Lynn Swan, or it's going to be Alex Trebek.
Oh, we're going to be lucky because those were some prime years of To Tell the Truth. Even though I'm pretty sure Alex Trebek was like exhausted because he had to juggle 4 shows, I believe.
3 shows and a pregnancy.
Because it was Jeopardy, Concentration,
and To Tell the Truth.
And that's not including like if there was a geography beat or anything.
Right, and also his wife was pregnant at the time, so he went away. And that's how Mark Goodson got to fill in for 2 days, and proved to be the second best host out of all 5 of the hosts.
Wait! You mean to tell me the guy who's in charge and created the show could theoretically host the show itself?
And he did it well. And the thing is, he had to. There is no person to replace him because he knew what was going on, so he couldn't be a panelist. And Trebek had to leave immediately. So that's how that happened.
I never learned that story. That is some fascinating factoids.
Mm-hmm. Because they were waiting back, and Mark Goodson says it on the first episode that he subbed for Alex. They were waiting backstage. Alex then runs up and says, "I have to go. My wife is about to have a baby." And that's how that happened. And finally, we have Match Game with Brianne Leary. I don't know who Brianne Leary is.
Okay, so there was this show called Disney Inside Out, which was kind of like a let's look at Disneyland in the Disney Channel show.
Yeah.
She was a contestant on Match Game. She wasn't a panelist. I think they're just going for her because of like Disney nostalgia.
Okay. So she was a contestant. Do we have a year?
76.
They haven't really touched 76, so...
That was hooray for the bicentennial years of Match Game.
Yeah.
Also, she was on Chips.
That, probably for Chips then, because Chips was airing at that time. And then we get the schedule news, the regular schedule news, because after Lost and Found, on September the 30th, Let's Make a Deal comes back.
This is post Mike Richards. This is the new showrunners.
Well, Mike Richards was there when Let's Make a Deal aired on Buzzr anyways. But Let's Make a Deal will be airing at 7:30, so that means Temptation is gone.
Yeah.
And the world rejoices.
Well, you can't hide the temptation.
Yeah, we can.
Can you hear the call?
No, we can't. I'm not listening to you.
Come and take it all on Temptation.
Nope.
Oh, that's gone. Let's Make a Deal. It's still going strong. This is with John Quinn, I believe.
Yeah, John Quinn is the new showrunner. We talked about that a couple episodes ago. But here's the big bomb that got released. Sundays at 4 p.m. These 4 contestants are going to bid for the prices of a lifetime on... Dun, 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 dun. The Price is Right. And now, here's your host, Bill Cullen.
Ooh.
Black and white Price is Right.
the classic Price is Right with those bizarre showcases.
Which were for the home audience only to bid on.
Oh, this is the home audience one? This wasn't the weird one where it's like, ding, 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 you won like the refrigerator because that was a new tech. And now here's like a whole like fleet of champagne flutes and corks. And here's like...
No, they still did that, but the showcase segment was for the home audience to bid.
Oh, that's right. And it was like 20 items. It was always like bizarre. It was like, here's some shoes. Here's a briefcase. Here's a hat. Here's a bed. Here's
a living room. And here's a new car.
And inside the car, 1,000 jelly beans.
No. A mink coat.
Oh, yeah, the mink coat. And if there's a tie, they have to go through a tiebreaker, or they have to
go to a bidding runoff. I've been binge watching Cullen Price is Right for days now.
You want to talk about a host that has the perfect don't give a fuck attitude of things?
Bill Cullen.
Bill Cullen's the best.
By the way, did you hear the price news that was announced via Adam Neediff?
Oh, what's Adam's news today?
Well, a couple days ago, Adam Neediff, who's one of the caretakers of the Bill Cullen homepage, which is a fantastic site. They also have the audio finale of 3 on a Match, which I loved, even though I don't like the format of the new format that they had at the time. They were gifted the pilot episode of The Price is Right.
Oh, jeez. I want to see that.
There are photos of it on the Bill Cullen homepage. And also the second daytime episode ever.
Oh, man. Like that, because that is essentially game show history right there. If it wasn't for those, you wouldn't get the the Drew Carey or any other run that we see today.
You wouldn't have Bob Barker. And the story I hear about The Price is Right, it was done as a 13-week thing to get Mark Goodson and Bill Todman to shut up. And then it became one of the most successful shows NBC had in daytime. And here's the powerful thing about The Price is Right during that time period. Because they never gave away cash. They always gave away prizes. Because if you take a look at a lot of the shows back then, they always gave away cash.
Mm-hmm.
Price is Right gave away merchandise. And so a lot of companies say, hey, we'll give you prizes to advertise. We'll give you prizes to use on the show in exchange for advertisement. You know, because they always have price authority, you know, RCA Victor or something like that.
New York, New York.
And that's how you got a lot of these interesting prizes. Like ski bobs, and like you have a bar, but inside is a TV and also a phonograph.
Whoa. And it's like, for these companies, it's like, this is a free like infomercial right now. This is like a good 2 minutes of just straight up commercial.
Yep.
I want to see the row of hams. I want to see that like the hams just dangled down from the curtain. You got delicious ham sent to your door, 52 weeks a year, yeah. Butcher's choice. Oh, that's right. Johnny Gilbert was the announcer for The Price is Right.
For the ABC, when they went over to ABC. And also he sub-hosted for Bill Cullen a couple of times.
This is going to be like all roads lead to Johnny Gilbert this episode. Now that I think about it.
Oh, just wait later on. We'll get back to Johnny Gilbert soon. But the way it looks is that I have a feeling it's going to be all the nighttime episodes because hardly any daytime exists, but all the nighttime exists.
And it's the also budgetary reasons. If you want to talk daytime versus primetime, daytime was more classic game show prizes of the TV, the fridge, and maybe one slight bonus prize of a trip, versus primetime, which everyone remembers because it was bonkers prizes of like, here's a marching band. And
as a bonus, here's a big thing of root beer. Here's a game where you have to feel the prize, and one of the items was a dog, and they did it in the mood to where they thought it was going to be a fur coat.
And then like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's just a key to your new home.
No, they gave away homes
as the bonus prize.
No, they auctioned those off because they saved those for the last item of the day.
Or the ice cream truck. Remember the ice cream truck?
Ice cream truck. Yeah, start your own business with an ice cream truck. Where are you from? Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, well, you're fucked.
Oh, well, good. You're good for maybe 2 months out of the year, give or take. If people are hungry or not.
Yeah, but then the last prize is the home in Florida.
Yes. And they went through like all the trimmings with your own living room. You also pick out the carpet, and it comes with its own swimming pool and kitchen island.
And price authority, real estate, or something like that.
The real estate authorities, Miami Beach,
Florida. Yeah, it's going to be great to see that again. Makes me want to get one of those hard disk recorders that I could hook up to my Xbox One and just plug in the a thumb drive and be good to go.
Give it. Make it out your own DVR.
I don't get Buzzr via normal TV.
Well, I have Pluto, right?
Well, I have DirecTV.
Oh. You should be okay, right? It's on DirecTV.
No. It's on Dish Network, not DirecTV.
What? Kids, call your satellite providers, especially if it's DirecTV. Demand Fremantle Media's Buzzr.